lot, and we're about to turn right onto Barracks Road at 29. Really nice drive out there. I think that might be the last. This is the last red light coming up until we get to the house. So this is at the very. Right now we're at the very north part of Charlottesville, heading west, a little bit northwest. Deli Cafe. Few apartments, and then you are in the country.
Blue Ridge views.
So you can see the Blue Ridge Mountains in front of us. So the drive home every day will be fantastic. It's really fantastic views. So there's the first really good one. It's hard to see in the distance on the video, but it's awesome.
It's breathtaking. This is the dead of winter, so you can imagine what this will look like in spring and summer.
Yep.
And in the fall. That's when winter is.
Lots of nice houses on the way. And when I say lots, I mean one every couple thousand feet or so. So it's a very big barn. We were told that of the houses that you see on this road on the way to our house, very few are less than $1 million and on less than a 20 to 30 acre lot. So that's very good as far as property values go. It will pull us up a lot and should make for good resale should we have to do that. Nice house. Nice houses, very good views.
They look blue.
Lots of varied views. There's pastures, there's mountains, there's trees. Here's some more of the very nice houses. That one's actually for sale. I don't think we can afford it.
Okay.
cows in that pasture. A couple of more modest houses that
Probably
again are still not in our price range. Maybe not quite, but probably not around 5 or 6. It is a 2-lane road, but we drove it this morning at rush hour around 7:45 or 8, and there weren't too many cars, and the ones that were moving at a good clip. This is a huge horse farm. They have races every year. They're quite famous in this town.
Tailgate.
Fox Hill.
No.
It'll say up here in a minute.
Fox something.
And across the way, some more good pasture views and houses and barns.
Twice a year they have those races, and then once a year they have a women's race. It says on the back of this car.
So
Foxfield.
The Foxfield Races is the name of the place.
We're 9 miles from a vineyard.
Yep, so out this direction is where most of the suburban living is, although we're a little bit north of it, which is good because a lot of it is in subdivisions. And out this way is also where all of most of the wineries and breweries live. So there's, I don't know how many wineries. There are probably 10-ish breweries, maybe 7.
I bet you only 4 or 5 are up this way.
Yeah. So of the 7-ish breweries that are in Charlottesville, maybe 4 or 5 of them are this direction. Another big barn, farmhouse. Very nice houses.
Craftsman style.
Yeah. These will hold our property value up very well.
We've done a lot of searching this week and haven't found another road this nice.
Yeah, this is the only place that we really found that is not subdivided. And the
sweet little chapel.
We've learned that in Charlottesville there are, and the surrounding county, they have very specific zoning rules, and they have high density areas that are designated, and those are allowed to be subdivided. Otherwise, you are very, very limited in subdividing property. So for instance, our friends who bought on the other side of town and are building a house on a lot, basically just a year in advance of us, same exact situation, they have a 28-acre lot, and they can only divide it once.
Coming up on a lot.
Yep, so it gets a little more wooded here. Next door neighbors are here. Across the street neighbors.
Oh no, just kidding. These would be your neighbors.
One more try on the neighbors. That's the next door neighbors. And here is the entrance to the lot. There is a curve, but it's pretty gentle and it hasn't been difficult to see around. And we're getting out. This is where the lot starts.
Should I pull in? Pull in and just back out.
I would stop here.
Okay. You want to stop the recording so it's not so long?
Huh?
Stop the recording so it's not so long?
No, I'll cut it. So the driveway is, we're in probably 50 feet. And it's probably another 100 or so, maybe 150 to the place where we're wanting to build. So this is kind of the ravine that comes down on the side of the property, and it's not buildable. And all the property behind us is not buildable for quite a long ways. So this would be the site for the house. Probably would span most of the flat area. Of course, the landscape would change a little bit with the site preparation. And there are the next door neighbors. And neighbors on the other side. So through the woods, you can see them somewhat in the winter, but once it's green, it's going to be very difficult to see anybody. Our builder thinks that maybe with the site prep and cutting down the trees that we'll need to cut down for the site prep and building up to the second floor, there might be some mountain views just at the very, very top.
You can kind of actually, I don't know if you can pick it up.
Yeah, you can see.
But you can kind of see, that's where the sunset last night, and you can see it over the Blue Ridge.
Yeah, you can see through the distant trees, or see over the distant trees through the near trees. But I think we'd have to be pretty high to have some mountain views. I'm not optimistic about that.
Right.
And the master is likely going on the ground floor, so I don't really care what the kids' room can see.
I know.
So then after the lot, it goes to maybe like a 6% grade for a little ways for the house. And then, so we own all of this back here. We would own all of this back here. It's very nice trees, some pines that we'd want to take out. We really like the fact that all of the old trees that have fallen are still around. Just kind of gives it some character. So you can walk down. This is turning into more like a 10% grade with some variation. And we own all the way to the stream in the back, which is the property line. The stream is river fed, and our builder actually lives very close to us, back a little bit that way. And he says that the stream is pretty high all year round. We thought that it might be high right now just because of snow melt, because there were 6 inches of snow that have all melted in the past 2-3 days. But he says that it is a healthy stream all year round. So here's the stream bed. We've probably got 30 feet of flat area as a landing right before the stream. And the stream's 10 feet wide and, several inches deep as far as water goes, to maybe a foot deep, depending on location. You've got basically a little, it's not dammed up, but just covering that marks the edge of our property over there. And then I'm about halfway in the middle of the property. So this, go over. So this is the edge, if the markers are to be trusted, which we'll have a survey if we end up doing this. And then this views all the way across, and if you can see Carrie, she is standing at the other edge. So maybe 100 feet, maybe 70 feet.
I envision a yoga deck.
So it was 33 paces. So yeah, about 100 feet.
That's what Matt estimated.
Yep. So yeah, yoga deck down here. Maybe a little sitting area. Really, really, really nice. Down in this little nook by the pond. You can't see anybody from here. There's no views.
Zone, so no one can build down here.
Yeah, there's no views over the hill to any houses or anything. I've been told that by our builder that walking out this way is a very nice kind of hike. So I don't know. He seemed to be very comfortable with just walking out there. I don't know what the neighbors feel about that, but we can feel it out at some point. And behind us, we're told that it's owned by a farm. It's not currently in use. There's no access to it. It doesn't have road access. Currently, it's landlocked from the road. So he doesn't know of any plans that the owners have for it. And also the grade is very
unbuildable.
Yeah, it's very difficult to build. So we don't expect to have any neighbors behind us for quite a long time, if ever. So, and this is looking back up the hill.